Today I'm back at my local mall, Neshaminy Mall in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. I did a video on this mall previously, which I filmed in September of 2024 and uploaded the following month. It was a dead mall then, and it's an even deader mall now. It seems like redevelopment may be getting underway soon, so I thought it might not be a bad idea to get back here before even more changes come. Personally, this was always my favorite part of the mall. I'm really bummed that they turned off the fountain, and I can't say I'm a fan of the blue fuzzy stuff they put in there. These dioramas are as old as the mall itself, although there used to be 7. Now there's only 3, with the other 4 having been donated to the Historical Society of Bensalem in 2021. They also used to move, but that hasn't been the case for quite some time. I went over the mall's history in depth in my previous video, which I'll link in the description. But to recap, Neshaminy Mall opened in 1968, with expansions coming in 1975 and 1998. The wing we're in now is the 1975 expansion. The mall was always bustling when I was a kid, and I'd say things started to go downhill in the late 2010s, with Macy's closing in 2017, followed by Sears in 2019. 2 vacant anchors coupled with the events of 2020 and 2021 really put a damper in this mall, and it quickly became a dead mall. Even more closures came from 2022 to 2024, and the mall's owner Brookfield gave up on it, selling it in June 2024 to Paramount Realty and Edgewater Properties for $27.5 million. It was then reported in July 2024 that the new owners plan to demolish about half the mall and convert the property into a mixed-use center with retail, apartments, and medical offices. Boscov's is here to stay, as are AMC, Barnes & Noble, and the 2 out-parcel restaurants Uno and On the Border. That much was made known in July 2024. As of now, no finalized plans have been made known to the public, but a recent development did give me a pretty good idea of what's to come. By the beginning of 2025, all businesses in the AMC wing, except for AMC itself, had either closed or relocated, leading me to suspect that the AMC wing was slated for demolition. Sure enough, by March 2025, the entire wing had been walled off, isolating AMC from the rest of the mall, so it does seem like they are getting rid of that wing. This here on the right used to be GameStop. That was still open in my previous video. They closed around the beginning of 2025. Quite a few GameStops in this area have closed recently, actually. This year, Prom Rack, they've been here at the mall for many years now, but they just recently moved into that space. They used to be next to the old Sears. That space was vacant in my previous video, and I honestly can't remember what the last thing in there was before that because it had been vacant for quite some time.
It is jiggling and wiggling.
The vacant anchor on the left was most recently Macy's, which closed in 2017. It's been sitting there empty ever since. The building was sold in March 2020 to a company called Sant Properties, which announced plans to subdivide it into a number of stores and restaurants, but those plans fell through. The building was sold again in December 2023 to Fusion Gyms, which had intended to open a large gym in the space, but that also ended up getting canceled just recently in April 2025. On the right here, Jackson Hewitt. They've been at the mall for years, but up until recently they were in the AMC wing. I first noticed that they moved into the new space around December 2024. I believe the last tenant in there before that was Verizon, but they relocated to an outward-facing space in 2020, so it had been vacant for quite a while. On the left side next to Hot Topic, that was K Jewelers in my previous video, but they were gone by December 2024. As was the case in my previous video, there's only one place left in the food court, Stir Fry 88. I remember when the food court used to always be packed. No vacant restaurants, you'd be lucky to find a seat here on a Saturday afternoon. Those days are long gone. Straight ahead on the wall, last time I was here, those were advertisements for the advertising company. You see those in dead malls all the time. Looks like they gave up on trying to find somebody interested in advertising here, though. On the left used to be Time After Time, which was still here as of my previous video, but closed not long after that. They actually relocated to Oxford Valley Mall. This on the left was the Philly pop-up wedding chapel when I last visited, and they actually relocated to a larger space in the mall near Macy's. We'll see that on the way out. And this here was Torrid, which closed sometime between my last video and now. This, of course, was the AMC wing, which, as I mentioned, was walled off in March 2025. In my previous video, the only businesses left in there were Animal Rides, All In Adventures Escape Room, Jackson Hewitt, and Camp for Kids. The escape room closed. We saw the new location of Jackson Hewitt earlier. Camp for Kids is actually moving to the Boscov's wing, and Animal Rides ended up moving to Franklin Mills. This here, as you can see, was where Prom Rack was located until very recently when it moved to its current location in the Boscov's wing. This was the old Sears, which closed in 2019, and it was originally slated to become a Round 1 Entertainment after that, but those plans fell through. Then in 2020, it was announced that it would become medical office space, but 5 years later, there's no indication that that's actually happening. Exactly what the future holds for Neshaminy Mall, I really don't know. I really wonder how much longer the remaining big names like Hallmark, Bath & Body Works, and Aeropostale will hold out. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually ended up closing everything between the Macy's and Sears, moving the remaining tenants to the Boscov's wing. Will the Sears building ever actually become medical offices? What will happen to the Macy's since it's not owned by the mall? What about the Native American statue in the fountain area? I don't know, but I'm here all the time, so I'll be keeping up with any major developments that occur. It really makes me sad to see Neshaminy Mall like this, especially seeing the AMC wing walled off. It just hits hard. It's a concrete reminder that the places we grew up with, the places we loved visiting, aren't guaranteed to last forever. Malls like this were more than just places to shop. They were where we hung out with friends, made memories, spent time with our family, and now piece by piece, it's fading away. Here's where the wedding chapel is now. This was vacant in my last video, and before that it was most recently a store called Versona. Gotta love the ad for the now closed escape room. Now, the tour isn't quite over yet. They had to keep this little section of the mall open since AMC doesn't have exterior access. But it's completely separated from the rest of the mall, so if you want to visit AMC and also one of the maybe 20 other stores that are still open, you have to go outside and then go back in. This AMC still does quite well. In fact, good luck trying to find a parking spot anywhere near it. Other than the AMC, all you've got is a few arcade games, the kids' play area, and a lone photo booth. Does anybody even use those anymore? And there's a little gap in this wall where you can still see into the dormant wing running between here and the Sears. That's going to wrap up this May 2025 update on Neshaminy Mall. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. So long, Neshaminy Mall.